For those of you that don't know, Congressman Paul served proudly in the U.S. Air Force as a flight surgeon. He's a country doctor, an OB-GYN who's delivered over 4,000 babies. More importantly, he's been married to his wife Carol for 52 years. They have 5 children, 18 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. He's a true man of principle, arguably the most principled man in Washington, a good friend of mine, the American taxpayer, and the Constitution, Dr. Ron Paul.
But the young people especially are interested because they know what they're getting. They know they're getting a bad deal. They're getting nothing but debt. You know, in the past 12 months, our national debt went up $1.5 trillion. And next year is going to be more. They're hoping it'll be 1.7 this year total. But it could be 2 or it could be 3. The numbers are irrelevant. And we're in an atmosphere now where if we can accept the idea that the taxpayers can pay that bail out everybody on Wall Street, everything will be appropriate. There will be no cuts. There will only be one limitation on what we have going on today, and that limitation will be the value of the dollar. Today, we are still privileged to print dollars, and the world is still, unbelievably, taking those dollars. But that is going to end, and when that ends, the party is over. But that system that built this this monstrosity of a financial system worldwide like it had never been in the history of the world, and it's not just the United States that's in trouble, it's the whole world. But that financial system has come unglued, but the next shoe to drop will be the disintegration of the dollar. So we, as conservatives and believers in limited government, as believers in the Constitution, we have a tough race to restrain the big spenders before that happens, because when that happens, what is threatened is our liberty. The main purpose of a government in a free society should be the preservation of liberty. The job that we as believers and those who spread this message, the job we have is to present this case and still prove that we are the humanitarians. The liberal do-gooders, the big spenders who say that we're going to give you a free house to everybody, free medical care to everybody, free education, that's preposterous. But they still win. The last election had something to do with that. Everything is going to be for free. And yet the proof is, if you care about your fellow man, there is only one way you can maximize prosperity and maximize freedom, and that is through the rule of law and making sure that everybody understands that liberty is an individual thing and not a collective right. Today, in the midst of the turmoil that we have, there is a strong behind-the-scenes movement toward even a greater presence of world government. They want to solve this crisis by internationalizing the financial system. The last 20, 30 years, it's been internationalized, but we had a privilege. We got to print the gold, so we had an advantage. We lived off others, but that's coming to an end. We are the biggest debtor, and soon that debt will be called. But when they are trying now to put this together and they're going to internationalize it, it is going to be more of the same internationalism, WTO, and regulations and banking system. The only thing that we have going for us, it is impossible for that system to last and to work, because you cannot have a fiat system, whether it's a single country or an international government, to make paper money work. That is why the money issue is so important, that in a free society you have to have honest money. Honest money is what the founders described as, and that says that only gold and silver should be legal tender.